Right, back again with this one. So I wouldn't have finished this one off quick because I got a few more interesting things, so I want to get into those. I do think this is kind of interesting. So let's continue. As I said though in the last video, I wasn't that excited about this set, so I can't be that interested. So anyway, I have to move my chair for a second. Here we go. We are up to book number 2. So we made this yesterday in my cluttered desk, and there's Poppy. And bag number 2. All the bits that there are in this set, in this bag, coming out, and they're out. Right, and we've got some ice, and I haven't had any ice like this, I think, for a while. Maybe not since that Lego Chima board game thing that I had. So, which I had 2 of, and I don't think I've even opened the second one. It was an okay game. I don't remember ever playing it. I have played it a couple of times, but I don't remember it being overly exciting, but it does look like a neat little game. I remember there's one little bit where you have to drop these things down the chutes, and it never works quite the way it's supposed to, so that's what made it frustrating. So let's get this one out of the way. There's lots of little random cool minifigure things sitting on my desk that really have to be put away properly, but they're not going anywhere, so it's okay. So one person's lost their hair, so now I have to find their hair. This is a great starting thing. Like, seriously, there we go. I did it. I feel accomplished. 1 out of whatever. Is this even on the thing? Right. I used to play text adventures a long time ago, which are called interactive fiction these days. And I'm only mentioning that because I just made a comment about 1 and getting like 1 point for doing that. But in the game, you normally walk around and you type in text things. It's all like reading a book, but on a computer. And you have to, some games you get like a score, and it's usually like 1 out of, you get a score out of like 137. It's like whatever things you have to do for that game. And you can move around, and maybe you have to move a door, open a door or something, and you get 1 point for that. And so that's why I just thought of the whole thing about getting 1 point for putting 1 piece down, because some of the things might, depending on the game, some of the things might have been completely stupid and trivial. But they still give you a point. And that's hold on. That's quite good. I mean, I like that because it makes you want to play the game. I do like text adventures, but I never really played them too much because I get bored. They're kind of the kind of thing you get bored of. They're not the thing people play anymore, I don't really think. I mean, there's going to be a couple of people out there who play those kind of things, but if I was you, I'd look up interactive fiction and have at least 1 go if you've never played such a game. They don't really work on phones, so they didn't really work before, and I think with the advent of doing everything on your phone, they're even more dead than they were. But you can always play the same kind of game with pictures. And I mean, they do. I mean, there are many games that are kind of like that. It was the first step in an evolution of many things. But look at what we're making here. We're making this thing. I don't know what this thing is because I've thrown the box on the floor, so I can't actually tell what I'm doing. Which is what I like to do, because I like it to be a surprise. I just really have no memory at all. I would say like a goldfish, but apparently that's not true. And why would it be true? Why would goldfish only have a memory of like 3 seconds or 7 seconds or whatever the urban myth is supposed to be? Because it doesn't make any sense. They're not that stupid. So next page, I saw some goldfish actually from a very far away, and posted a video of it on my other channel, or another channel, my original channel. And that's true, and nobody has watched it. And why would they? It was like 30 seconds of some goldfish, but they were like normal size, like large size goldfish, not like goldfish that had been kept in a smaller enclosure. They were freshwater in the ocean, in the lakes, not in the oceans, because then they wouldn't be freshwater goldfish. So they were of substantial size. There we go. And now we've got this one to go here. So this is a tree. Look at that. I don't think I've ever had, like, in this kind of colour, this Is it teal? Is it turquoise? I always get the two confused. So now we have to do this bit, which is going to be probably the most exciting thing to happen. Oh, come on. Involving these scissors tonight. And, oh, look at that. Look, no, I didn't even have to use that. There's a little cut in the corner. I could have just done it like that. Oh, my goodness. They really did think of everything. Didn't they? So this is the funny thing. It's all like soft and fluffy. Which is, but well, they do fall apart. They just happen to be stuck together in exactly the right position, which is nice because then you can kind of rotate it and get exactly the right pattern that you want. I don't want that one. I want it to kind of I thought that was my stomach grumbling for a second, but it was just this rubbing against that, and that was a freaky sensation. Honestly, like it sounded like my tummy was rumbling, and I'm like, I don't feel any rumbling in my tummy. So this is strange. Look at that. They even tell you to put the two on in separate phases. So next phase, how are we going to hold this in place? We're going to hold it in place with a screaming face thing. It makes like the flower look like it's something from a film cow cartoon. It's just screaming, or some kind of surrealist YouTube channel where everyone screams, probably like that, or ASDF or something. So without the colours, of course, if it was that. Next one, we're doing this piece. Have I ever in the whole world had one of these? And the answer is I don't actually know, but I think I don't have ever had one. And word is hard. So that's actually the end of that. I kind of felt like I was going to put it on there, but I'm not. So we can put that one over there for a second, and they can continue their screaming or saying whatever they are saying. They could just be saying, hello, excuse me, with their mouth very wide open because they like to really get those O sounds said correctly in the word excuse me, which is not a word, it's two words. But if it was a word, it still doesn't have an O in it. And the next one, there we go, look at that. I just had to think for a second, wait a moment, maybe excuse me does have an O in it. It doesn't. Okay, there we go. Take that one off again, put it in the correct place. Oh, I had a brick separator and I've gone and left it somewhere else. Oh my gosh, it's very hard. I had a brick separator and for some reason it was in the bathroom. And it's been like a mission to get it from the bathroom to here, because you put it in your pocket and then you walk off and then you forget to put it where you're supposed to put it, which is here. And so it's never going to get here. It's gone somewhere else. It's like the fact that my kitchen clock needs a new battery, and every time I leave the kitchen I'm like, just go pick up a battery off the table. Like there's batteries everywhere, like literally there's one here. This one probably doesn't work, but there are many other batteries sitting on this table, and I have to get them to the kitchen to get the clock to work, and that's never happening. It's just, I'm probably just going to end up with the brick separator down in the kitchen, which is downstairs, and the battery back in the bathroom or something, and it's just like, well, that was just not worth it. But what are we going to next? We're on to putting things in a box, which is the opposite of Lego if you think about it. So this thing here is it reminds me of an artwork that I got from, actually it kind of reminds me of like a Japanese print thing. I don't quite know why. Because unlike a Japanese print, I have absolutely no idea what is going on in this picture. I cannot for the life of me work it out. There's like music in some ways, and it's like this image. There's this really disturbing image of a dog that I saw, and it looks like the dog's like a horrible mutant, but actually the dog's just looking in a funny direction, and it just takes your brain a long time to work out what this horrendous, horrifying thing is, when in fact it's completely not. It's just a normal looking picture of a dog. You just have to look at it. But this is what this feels like. I feel like if I stare at this for long enough, it will actually look like something. I forgot to change the focus thing on the camera again, but that's okay. It's going to change to something that makes sense, but it's not at the moment, so we'll just put it in the box. That's why it's going in the box, because I cannot tell what on earth it is. I cannot tell how to put this thing together, but I think it goes like that. And how does it actually fit in the box? Oh, it does fit in the box. Okay, it's in the box, we're done. No more having to worry about that to put it on the box. Again, they've gone with that whole very easy to break off, but why would it have to be easy? Why can't they just use a normal 4-studded or whatever piece? Next, this thing is going here. I should perhaps go back to having a grid in the background. Maybe that would just make the camera focused. I should just try using my more fancier camera. But that's like my fancier camera is meant to be taken out, and if I put that onto the desk, then it will be really pain to move it away. So maybe that won't work. Maybe I have to. Well, I can try it out, and then I can think about getting another one to put on the desk. But I do quite like this camera. For if it wasn't for the fact that it's terrible at focusing on things. But hey, maybe I should get a phone. Like people do, I've seen some pretty good videos, and there's like no focus issues on those videos. So I should just get one like that. Well, I don't really want a phone. It just seems stupid. But hey, what is up with this actually? Like, I mean, to put it on my table, like I'd only had the phone and it'd be bolted to the thing, and it just seems like, well, that was a waste of a phone. So there we go. We've done that. I don't know why. I'm kind of like intrigued as to why these are double-sided, is what I'm pausing for a second to contemplate. But I think it's just because we're going to put flowers everywhere. It's going to be flower crazy. I can see one thing that we haven't got to yet that I'm going to have to comment on. But we'll get there after we've done one flower. And then the next page, this is the piece I was going to say. Have I ever had one of this particular color? I think I've been wanting one of this particular color for a long time. I certainly have a lot of the yellow ones. I would love it if they had these at the Pick-a-Brick. And I went to the Pick-a-Brick place today, and they didn't have anything exciting. It was very boring. And in fact, it was the sparsest that I have seen it for many. I put the wrong crystal in the middle. The sparsest that I have seen it for many a year. Well, not many a year, because it hasn't been around that long in Auckland, but many a whiles. And so we put that thing on to... I'm actually a bit confused. I haven't put these pieces on. Wait, these things are supposed to go here. I completely missed that move. Wait, what page was that on? It was on here. Okay. Alright, have I missed anything else? Probably. Alright, and now I can put that one there. That looks very like it's going to fall off. So I'm assuming there's going to be something in my 4+ set that's going to secure that into place. There we go. That would be, I would feel like that one is quite a tricky one there. I almost felt the whole thing falling apart as I put that piece in. So those poor 4-year-olds again are having a tough time. And this one's going to go there. I still don't see yet, as we've come to this page, why it's double-sided. What's going on in the back? Is that really ever going to happen? And apparently I was supposed to put the blue things, which I've kind of gone and lost all of the random... Wait, I put them in the... And that musical note thing is inside that box. So we're not going to put the musical note there. We're going to ruin the whole thing, ruin the whole mood, and we're going to put this thing, which I don't actually know what that is. I don't know, it's just going to go there. It's going there. It's gone. It's not going there because my fingers don't work. It's going there now. Look at that. Ha ha ha. I remixed it. It's all my own stylings. What have we got next page? Oh, we've got this guy. And they're going to have a thing in their head. So it's kind of worth it for this piece. It does actually feel like the really old school Lego figures that they originally had, for which the minifigure was like the little child in the set. But this is their head, kind of, a little bit like that, but not quite. So anyway, that's going there, and it looks quite nice. I have no idea what they are, because I have not seen the film, as I have repeated many a time. And so there's definitely a musical theme, so I ruined it by that. Well, of course it's music, because I sing a lot in the whole thing. So there you go. That's done. There's nothing much else to say. It is quite... There's some interesting pieces in there. There's a few things to do. Like, really, a lot of it comes down to this being like a little... This is quite neat. But I find this to be a bit frustrating. But it does work. And it opens up. And... Oh, there's the musical note. Oh, alright. We'll fix the whole thing up and we'll make it look correct. we'll just take that off, put that there. I did notice I've still got quite a few. Ugh, I knew that was going to happen. That goes the other way around. No, it does go that way. Ooh, rubbish. Well, not rubbish. That goes there. That goes there. It's done. But I've got some blue ones of these. There's quite a few leftover pieces. How many holes does she have on her head? She doesn't have any other spare holes. Oh, okay, well that's okay. I'm going to put all of these in here. Otherwise they're going to get lost, because this desk is just a ridiculous mess at the moment. I think that's all the pieces from that set. Wait, I got another one of these. Why did I have a spare? Have I discussed this beforehand? I have discussed this. That was the last video. Time to move on, I think. And there's one more blue thing. Alright, closing it up. And what else can I throw in there? I could throw the chest in there for no reason. We haven't got the chair. Not the chair. Wow, words really failed me there. The tree. They are kind of a similar word. So we've got the tree, we've got this thing. It's probably not, from what I normally pay for Lego, I'm not worth what I paid for it. But it is quite neat. The pieces are cool. This is cool. Never going to get one of these. That's quite cool. It's okay. Have another one. Another patrol set. Maybe that will be cooler. I think it will be, actually. So I'm looking forward to that one. But it won't be for a while, because we've got tons of little mini bags to do, and I'm going to do a mini bag soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.